just going to give a, remember last time I talked about the big items first and then said, look at the report for the rest. Most of the houses I do, you guys have gone through one with me already, so you already know there's going to be things that are in there. There are things that we put in there because we want you to know we saw them, but also we want you to prepare for things you need to fix or want to fix or however you want to do them. On this one, the roof I think was put on in 2009. The homeowner has paperwork showing it was put on in 2009. When we pulled public records, I couldn't get a permit for 2009, but the good news is that it's Collis Roofing based on the receipt she showed us. So my recommendation is to call Collis Roofing and find out or hunt down that permit for that roof, because it will end up saving you money for your wind mitigation when you get that at some point. Okay, and you will probably be asked about it during the process at some point later. It's important we do that first, because for me to do that report and give you credit for the roof, I've got to be able to show that permit. Okay, I can't just show her receipt, I got to show some kind of a credible inspection from the county or the city. All right, but other than that, the roof looked pretty good. I didn't really have any big problems. I have a couple of items up there, like a nail penetration that needs to be sealed, little things that are not big. The roof is not leaking right now. It has leaked in the past, but at a very common area. I don't think it's leaked since the roof was done, but before then, the garage roof where it meets the wall of the master bedroom, where I waved to you from in the driveway area you saw me, that window, that wall, that's where the roof leaked before. I crawled into the garage attic and I used a meter to tell me if it's been wet recently, and it has not. Now that's good because I know the last few days we have had some sort of rain. Okay, so it's not like it's been dry for a week. There are some lifting shingles along the flashing.
That was the old roof though, sorry to interrupt. That was the old roof that leaked?
Well, I'm assuming it was.
Okay.
Because what I got is dry, and usually newer roofs, most of the time, statistically on average, would not be the reason it leaked. Probability would be from the previous one.
Okay.
You know, it's a numbers thing, because the newer it is, the less likely it happened for this one. It also leaked at the chimney, fireplace chimney too, but that's an area that's also, ceiling is stained a little bit, but it's been painted over and it's dry. This stain here that you see, it could have come from a bathroom upstairs. All right, but I put a meter everywhere there's stains. There's some history here that you find at houses, and sometimes you gotta kind of use your experience and your tools to determine what you have. Right now that's dry. In the corner there's some staining in that wall. You see where that trim is? Okay, where my light is flashing? That's dry, but I'm going to encourage you to pull the trim back when you get in, because of a little black discoloration there. So something might have leaked for a little while before, and it could have molded up in there. So I would pull it back and I would just see what you have. It's probably, that molding's only 2 inches, so it's probably a very small thing, if anything. But I don't want you to look at that when you come in and everything, all the furniture's out, and say what happened here. And in the back, there's some places where you can see it's been wet before. The door that's rotted, that she's going to have a new door put in. On that side and on this side, the reason that's happening is the only place in this house they're really not controlling water is that bump out for the breakfast area. The roof has no gutters, so when the water comes on this side and on that side, it hits the concrete and splashes against the door. And that's pretty much what's happening. So history is here, things that we know has happened or happened before. There's nothing active that I can tell you about right now with the roof or the exterior, just maintenance. The electrical checked out pretty good. The plumbing checked out much better than the last time, because you guys had the poly the last time. This is copper. The air conditioning is actually encouraging, but there's it's not cooling well. It's cooling, it's working, but it's not cooling well. It might need just some kind of service. It's cooling at about 50%. I looked at it, it looks good, it's clean, it's newer. It was put in 2009, okay? So it's a newer unit, so the odds of it being a major repair are not that great, but you should have someone come out, find out why it's not cooling exactly the way it should. All right. It's clean inside, meaning that it hasn't been abused. My guess is maybe she just hasn't had it serviced in a while. Okay. They pulled the permit in 2009 for the air conditioner, but that expired. So again, with the permit thing, those are like the two things to just kind of look into. Good news is the sticker of the company that put it in is on the air conditioner. Okay, so they should probably still be around, and the roofing company for the roof, they should probably still be around. These should not be big deals. Okay, but you want to be proactive so that it doesn't come up later for whatever reason.
Okay.
Okay. She is well maintained. The house is very well maintained. She's kept up this place very well. Like when you look around, there's nothing you look at inside that you don't say, "Wow, my God, it's so clean." You know, I went through every room, everywhere a human being could possibly go, and I wasn't able to find any major problems. The only thing you read in your report that you might be concerned about, and I'm just going to put your mind at ease with, is when you go to the windows upstairs, you do see a surface mold on the windows themselves. A lot of times that happens upstairs. It's hotter up there. You got sunlight beating on the outside wall. The inside is kept cooler, so condensation forms there. And she has the blinds down. It doesn't look like she opens them much up there. So that, I think, is what happens. So you go in there and you just clean that up real good, and if it comes back, do the same. But right now it's there. So it's a surface mold. That's what someone else would call it. If you had an expert come in, they'd want to test it. It's kind of, my opinion, is really not necessary to test it at this point. It looks typical. All right, any questions?
About the rail.
The loose stair rail? Yeah, when you're walking up the stairs, this one on your left is the one I have is loose. Yeah, I have that listed as a repair.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to have you guys fall down the stairs
Yeah.
or anything like that. Sometimes they put a rail there, sometimes they put a wall there. Really depends on the builder. And in both cases, whether it's a rail or whether it's a wall, you always check that, because about 50% of the time, over the years, it gets loose. So
Yeah.
that was a good catch on your part.
Yeah.
There's a jacuzzi tub that I ran too.
Oh.
That's what took me so long. I mean, I locked myself in there and I soaked in the tub for 45 minutes. It was great. No, it works good. I put there's an access panel where the toilet is across from the toilet. I opened it up. I checked the electrical, ran the tub. There's no leaking. It works. I don't know if you plan on using it. Some people never use those things. Some people live by them. So
Yeah, just one time at my other house, my new house.
I think I used
Also,
it.
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, if you want it, it's here. Okay, but we did check it. All the plumbing fixtures, this, that, and the other that you would, that you use, like the half bathroom, the 2 bathrooms upstairs, they all look original, but they're all good. There's nothing bad here.
Okay.
Okay, kitchen appliances seem to work. The dishwasher, the disposal, the refrigerator, the microwave, and the range, washer and dryer all operated.
Oh,
So I didn't have anything outstanding there.
okay.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that was it?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, great, thanks.
Thank you.